Good day, everyone. My name is Bill Harshman, and I'll be hosting your session today. This webinar is presented by Training Location, your DiSC provider. We are an authorized DiSC distributor for Wiley Publishing, as well as a channel partner with the Ken Blanchard Companies. Thank you for your interest and for joining us today. Before we get started, I want to introduce you to the basics of DiSC. DiSC is a research-based tool that helps identify the needs and priorities of people. DiSC is an acronym for the four basic styles: dominant, which is strong and outspoken and prefers task accomplishment; influence, which is outgoing and enthusiastic and prefers collaboration; steady, which is patient and accommodating and helps others feel welcome; and conscientious, which is analytical and precise and prefers to get things right. Now, please note that DiSC measures tendencies and preferences and not skills and abilities. As humans, we're wired to care about our interactions, and each interaction is an opportunity to connect, relate, and engage with others. When we make the effort to see others around us, where they come from, what they struggle with, and what matters to them, it can change the outcome of those interactions. As you can imagine, there's much more to DiSC. However, this brief introduction is meant to provide some context to help you in today's webinar. Our topic today is interaction between styles, specifically a D or dominant with a C or conscientious. You'll discover simple and effective ways to improve interactions in your world. This session is one in a series discussing the interaction between four DiSC styles: again, dominant, influence, steady, and conscientious. Let's review the cornerstone principles of DiSC. All DiSC styles are equally valuable. Everyone is a unique blend of all four styles. I also want to point out we're more than our DiSC style. Our style is also influenced by other factors such as life experiences, education, maturity, and all contributes to who we are. Without these cornerstone principles, DiSC can result in pigeonholing, making assumptions, and excusing behavior. Let's take a look at our pace and priority model. It's what I consider the essential tool to diagnose, discuss, and understand DiSC styles. The vertical axis represents pace, and we see those descriptors at the top and bottom of that continuum. The horizontal axis represents priority, and we see those descriptors at the left and right of the priority continuum. As we look at this simple grid, we can begin to make the unique pace and priority pairings into each quadrant as follows. If we see somebody with a faster pace and a task orientation, we're talking about a D or dominant style. If we see somebody with a fast or people orientation, we're now talking about an I or influential style. If we're dealing with somebody who seems deliberate, more controlled, and has a people orientation, we're talking about an S or steady style. And if we see somebody with a determined or cautious pace and a task orientation, we're talking about a C or conscientious style. Now, as you can see, the D and the C styles we're going to discuss today share a priority of task orientation and questioning and skeptical. However, as you can see, they differ in pace, with the D being described as faster pace and outspoken and outgoing, and the C style as more reflective and cautious, and some of the other descriptors you see at the bottom of that continuum. Now, it's this difference in pace which may require what I call stretching or flexibility or adaptability from both parties during an interaction. I want to review the D or dominant style descriptors from a previous blog on our traininglocation.com website. Now, as noted, the D style has a generally active, outgoing, might say bold pace. And I'm purposely using some different descriptors along the way here, and you'll find those with which you're comfortable and go on from there. Now, this style of the D is coupled with a task or questioning or skeptical priority. Other descriptors of that D style might include, we've gone through them before, direct, firm, strong-willed, forceful, results-oriented. Now, the D style tends to be about getting results, immediate results specifically, taking action, and challenging themselves and others. If they had a motto, it would be do it now. Let's take a look at the C descriptors. The C is described as deliberate, reserved pace with a task or questioning or skeptical priority, which again, we know to be similar to the D. We describe them as analytical, reserved, precise, private, systematic. The C style is about valuing accuracy, ensuring stability, and embracing challenge. Their motto, do it right. What might help us understand the previous descriptors is to kind of back up a step and understand what drives these two styles respectively. Wiley research indicates the following core themes of these styles. The D includes a need to be strong, also includes a need to be in control of a situation or in control of the factors affecting that situation. There's a need to be on top or winning. Competition is very important to them. And there's also last, a need to be making progress, always moving forward. Now compare these with the core need of a C, and I say need singular because it really is about being analytical. That is the core need. Now to understand it, we need to understand what's behind that analytical theme. It's driven by three needs. They have a strong need for safety and security. They need to have things in their life to be stable and reduce unknowns and identify dangers and threats. They need a place where all the rules are known. They also have a need of serving this analytical theme that they have a strong need to be beyond reproach. Not saying they need to be perfect. They want to know their actions are justifiable and they can't be criticized. They don't want to be the one to get blamed or be responsible for a screw up. And they'll even spend time and energy avoiding that very position. And third, they have a strong need to and control, or four, two and four, control. Social interactions, for example, are tough because they're so unpredictable. So the C might pull inward and control what they say. Now we can start to see if a D is interacting with a C, you can imagine, let's say, the D's need for always making progress, do it now, immediate results, and taking action intersects with the C's need for safety and security and knowing all the rules and reducing variability and reducing the unknowns before taking action. This could present a challenge. At a minimum, there is a need for that stretching from both people, as I shared earlier. As we begin to wrap up, what is there to learn from where the worlds of the D and the C intersect? That key to the DiSC is understanding all four styles in order to have some more effective interactions. And remember our core principle, everyone is a unique blend of all four styles. So the D style contains some I, some S, and some C. Equally, the C style contains some D, some I, and some S. I ask that you review these observations to see if there are similar type pairings in your world and how the discussion today might help understand and even potentially avoid some unexpected outcomes. Whether you're a manager or non-manager, this insight could be helpful to improve communication and understanding. Here's our model again to help remind you of where the D and the C styles fit into our grid, showing the similarities and the differences we just discussed. I encourage you to share this webinar with your personal and professional connections. In fact, many of my customers and clients use these webinars as learning aids and boosters to help grow the DiSC culture within their organization. I hope this information addresses the challenges faced by your organization. Whether your need includes employee engagement, conflict management, team building, or simply communication, DiSC is a research-based, proven leading training solution. DiSC is simple without being simplistic. It provides a quick, intuitive way to understand yourself and the needs and priorities of the people around you. And it delivers immediate and lasting impact on the performance of people and the culture of organizations. DiSC has impacted more than 8 million learners. in over 130,000 organizations and through 14 languages in more than 70 countries worldwide. As always, the key to effectiveness through DiSC is understanding your and other styles, then using that knowledge for improved interactions. Thank you for joining us today. Here's our contact information. Meanwhile, good luck with the DiSC. I hope this information has been educational, valuable, and helpful, and I look forward to seeing you on future webinars. And if you'd like to discuss a complimentary live webinar introducing DiSC to your team or organization, use the email shown below, and that is info@traininglocation.com. Be sure to check out our other blogs at the web address shown, or simply go to our website, traininglocation.com, and click on blogs. Thank you, and goodbye till next time.